This is a taped interview of Jay, black male, 19 years of age. We're at the Offices of Homicide, specifically the Colonel's Conference Room.
The police recorded 2 taped interviews with Jay, and I'm going to play you the second one from a couple weeks later, only because the sound quality is much better. Just a warning that the tape is a little upsetting to hear in parts.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us what you know about the death of Hae Lee?
Okay. Had left out, went shopping with a friend of mine, an ex-friend of mine, Adnan. We had a conversation. During the conversation, he stated that he was going to kill that shit, referring to Hae Lee. I took it with context. It didn't stand out my head any.
Jay says he didn't take it too seriously. The cops have him start again from the top. On the morning of the 13th, Jay says, Adnan had left school and driven to Jay's house. Jay had graduated from school the year before and was working, but not on that day. January 13th happens to be the birthday of Jay's girlfriend, Stephanie, and Jay, who didn't have his own car, needed to go buy something for her. So Adnan comes over. According to Jay, they go shopping at the mall.
What did you do then?
He left the mall. I took him to school. I dropped him off in the back of the school. He went up to class. He left his cell phone in the car with me. Told me he'd call me. I went back to my friend Jen's house and waited for him to call.
Okay, now at this point, you know why he's leaving the car with you.
Yes.
And why is that?
Because he said he was going to kill Hae.
And the reason you have the car and the cell phone was why?
To pick him up from wherever he was going to do this.
Okay. And you had talked about this while you were shopping that day?
The details of the car and all?
The events, how they were going to plan out.
That day he told me, yes, he told me, I'm going to leave you with my cell phone and my car. I need you to come get me. Yes. After he had killed Hae, yes.
Okay.
Later that afternoon, the call comes.
You received a phone call from Adnan.
Yes.
On his cell phone.
Yes.
Which is in your possession.
Yes.
And the conversation was what?
That if dead, come and get me. I'm at Best Buy.
Jay drives to Best Buy and sees Adnan in the parking lot.
I noticed that Hae wasn't with him. I parked next to him. He asked me to get out the car. I get out the car. He asked me, am I ready for this? And I say, ready for what? And he takes the keys, he opens the trunk, and all I can see is like Hae's lips are all blue, and she's like pretzeled up in the back of the trunk, and she's dead.
They leave the parking lot. Adnan's driving Hae's car with her body in the trunk. Jay is driving Adnan's car. They ditch Hae's car at the I-70 park and ride, and then, to hear Jay tell it, they just kind of tool around Baltimore County together for a while as if nothing had happened. Buy some weed, cruise around, make some calls. After a while, Jay drives Adnan back to Woodlawn High School.
Why did you take him back to school?
He told me that I had to take him back to school because he needed to be seen there.
So was he going to a certain event?
It's practice, track practice.
Track practice?
Yes.
So he wanted an alibi?
Yes.
He wanted to be seen by the people at track?
Yes.
And you guys had discussed that?
He just told me that he needed to be seen. Yes. He told me that he needed to be seen at track practice.
You took him back?
Yes.
Are you having any conversation with Adnan at the time?
To the effect, yes. Don't tell anyone. He said that he couldn't believe he killed somebody with his bare hands, that all the other referring to like hoods and thugs and stuff, think they're hardcore, but he just killed a person with his bare hands.
So at this point he's bragging about it?
Basically.
He was proud of it?
Yes.
After track practice, Jay picks Adnan up again. They drive around some more. By this time, Hae's family was worried, and they'd called the police, who in turn called a couple of Hae's friends, including Adnan. The call comes in on his cell. The cops ask if he's seen Hae or knows where she is. Jay says after the call, they drive to Jay's to get some shovels, go retrieve Hae's car from the park and ride. They drive around some more, and finally end up at Leakin Park, where Adnan proceeds to bury Hae. It's evening by now, maybe 7 or 8 p.m.
And he asked me if I was going to help. And I told him And he starts just shoveling dirt on top of her. We leave there.
Let me stop a minute.
Yes.
You helped him dig the hole.
Yes.
How long did it take you both
Uh,
to dig the hole?
20, 25 minutes.
How deep did you make the hole?
Oh, maybe 6 inches at the most. It wasn't very deep at all.
Who did most of the digging?
It was,
Both of you.
yeah,
Equal work.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah.
Okay.
So those are the key points. Adnan told Jay in advance he was going to do it. He did it. They buried her. Jay's story wasn't just the foundation of the state's case against Adnan. It was the state's case against Adnan. And the picture Jay drew, it's cold. I mean, he's not describing a crime of passion here. This is something much darker. To methodically map out the death of your friend, to strangle her with your own hands, so close up like that. That would mean Adnan wasn't just a killer, but a master liar and manipulator. A psychopath, probably.